It's time for the Jeff Capel Show. The Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network is brought to you by UPMC Health Plan, official health plan of Pitt Athletics, GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892, and by Pepsi. This is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
And we are live at the GBU Life Campus View Club. Me and half my voice. I am Jeff Hathorn with the head coach of the Pitt Panthers, Jeff Capel. Congratulations. By the way, there is a Pitt women's basketball game going on. So if you're listening, I'll be like, man, there's a lot going on there. It's like there isn't a game that's going to be happening soon. Well, there is, but it's not Jeff's game. Good luck to Tori Verdi.
Absolutely.
And the women's basketball team against Florida State. That game will tip off here in a couple of minutes. Congrats last night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys got off to a run. It all kind of came together. Yeah. And you guys just kept your foot on the gas the whole game.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, started the game with great energy. I thought Monday's practice was the best practice we'd had in a while. And not that the other practices have been bad, but the energy in practice, and I told them that at the end, just the attention to detail, the energy that we had and everything that we did. And that carried over to Tuesday, and it carried over to the game. I could tell in shoot around that we were really ready to play. And I thought the way we defended in the first half, there was a force that we played with. I think we held them to 31% in the first half. I think 33 from three. For the game, we forced 15 turnovers, but we had 12 steals. So we were really active in the ball screen, really active off the ball. And I thought that led to us playing really good offense. We had 19 assists last night, which is the second most we've had all season. We had 2 games of 20. But this is the second most amount of points that we scored. And hopefully our guys see that it's an example when the ball is moving, it has great energy and it'll find people. And then it was really good to see Noyes Indrusitis play well. He's a good player. He's a really good player that's been struggling. You know, he was a guy that was a top 100 guy out of high school. You know, he went to Iowa State and he just didn't play and he was just mentally beat up. And, you know, he came here for a fresh start and has played well for us this year. But just, you know, it's amazing how tricky confidence is. And he got off in the ACC to a rough start and just lost confidence and started thinking about all the stuff from the past at Iowa State and questioning himself and things like that. And he's fortunate that he has really good teammates, guys that believe in him. And they helped him through this. And hopefully he's through it. He was terrific. Because he can do more than just score. You know, he can pass. He made some really good passes. He had a couple of steals last night. Gives us a little bit more size out there. And so that was really good to see him play well.
You mentioned a number of stats. I want to go through a bunch of them. I think one of the things, too, is your guys' ability to play through foul trouble down low. You were able to, you know, not get that fifth, to be able to still be aggressive. And, you know, Roman, even with 4, was hitting that offensive glass with a lot of...
Yeah, we got to be smarter with our fouls, though. The guy sitting over to my right picked up 2 in 5 seconds at the end of the first half, which is not a smart thing. And then Roman had 2 in the first half and picked up his third trying to go across the court to get an offensive rebound. So we talked about that today because those 2 guys are too important for us, you know, to have to spend extended time on the bench. You know, we have to be able to get them breaks, and I thought we did a better job of that yesterday. But we need those guys on the court. And so you're right. They were able to play with fouls, but we have to make sure we're not.
You're okay not getting to that point again.
I'm okay with not getting to that point in the game.
19 assists to 9 turnovers obviously tells you you're taking care of the basketball.
Taking care of the ball. We've done a better job of that. We struggled with it early in the year, but really since the Texas A&M game, you know, we've gotten back to where I think we were only averaging about 10 turnovers a game, which is pretty good. We've done a really good job of that the past 3 years. We were a little bit shaky with it early, and then we've done a better job with it since that Texas A&M game. But most importantly for me, it was the 19 assists and the way the ball was moving. and the ball had energy. It found the right guy, and we were getting open shots. We talked to them about how Georgia Tech defends. They're a heavy gap team, and so one less dribble, get off the ball, make the easy play, the play that's right in front of you, and our guys did a good job of that.
So you mentioned the steals earlier, and you might initially think, okay, guys just have active hands, which they have to get those. But does that also tell you that they're paying attention to the scouting report and they know where they need to be to find those?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's you've heard me say a lot, like the force that you have to play with. And defensively, I thought two things. I thought our guards did a really good job when they heard the ball screen coverage. They got into the ball. So that's important. Really, really important. Just as important is the big who calls out the coverage to call it early, and then they were up to touch. Cam did an unbelievable job with it for most of the night, and then they were able to bail out at the end. And then the other thing we talked about, especially with their big kid, Dongo, they really love the pocket pass. And so we talked about having active hands, active feet. Try to deflect it, try to kick it, so they can't make that pass because he's very comfortable playing like in that mid-post area off of that pocket pass. And we probably got about 3 or 4 steals just on that alone. But then off the ball, we knew it was going to be really, really important to be active off the ball, make sure we see it. We had 12 steals. I thought we should have had about 15 or 16. If we just see the ball, we would have had about three more. 39
bench points.
Yeah, and it was 2 guys. I mean, Biba has really scored the ball well the past 2 games. He's a guy that, we know that can score. We believe in him. He was one also that was struggling, had not played well before the Syracuse game. But, again, we still believe in him. And the past 2 games, he's really, really scored the basketball well. I think he had 23 in this game, and he missed a couple of open ones that he normally makes. But we love the way that he's playing and being aggressive and getting in space and making plays. And then Noyes off the bench with 16 points, and I thought both of them played excellent floor games as well.
How about you were 17 of 32 from the floor in both halves?
Wow, I didn't pay attention to that. I knew we shot the ball well. I knew we shared it well. I know we didn't shoot the 3 as well in the second half. But, again, we got the spots. We attacked. And, again, I just thought how we shared the basketball. We had really good spacing. The other thing is that we had 21 fast break points, so we were able to turn some of those turnovers and get out in transition. When we rebounded the ball, we still have to do a better job of defensive rebounding. But when we did rebound, again, we were able to get out and get some easy baskets.
You want more of that? You want more pushing? More
fast? We want to play faster. I mean, again, part of that, though, is that we have to rebound better. We have to defensive rebound better, and that's an area where we've had some struggles with at times. But we've really tried to work on increasing our pace on makes and misses, getting into stuff quicker. That was a point of emphasis after the Syracuse game, and I thought we did a better job with it.
DeMarco had 7 assists, no turnovers in 33 minutes and 47 seconds. How difficult is that to go that long without a turnover?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, but it's really, really important. I thought he played a great floor game. He didn't score as much, but we don't necessarily need that from him, especially when Brandon and Noyes are playing the way that they're playing. I think Roman's been playing so much better. Dunning, Barry's played well, and then Cam played really well. And so Noyes just kind of picked the spots, ran the show, got us into stuff quicker. He's always been a pretty good defender. And so I just thought he played a great floor game for us.
Last one. Kieran played 9 minutes. Some of that because of the fouls, but 3 rebounds. It seemed, from my eye at least, he looked as comfortable as he's looked on a floor.
He was terrific. I thought his ball screen defense was really, really good. He yelled the coverage out. He was down in the stands. He was up. Then he was back. He protected the basket. He do a little bit better job of being a little understanding when to be more physical, and then finishing plays out. But I thought he was terrific. And from the first time he got in, we weren't in foul trouble early, but, we were able to give Cam a break. We really want to try to be smart about when we give Cam breaks. right around the 12-minute mark, right before it, because the media is coming at 12. So if we can buy some time there. And I thought Kieran did an outstanding job. We were able to play he and Cam together when we took Roman out. And I thought he had great minutes for us.
All right, when we come back, I want to ask you why it's worked so well for Brandon Cummings as a sixth man. And if you notice that guy that was sitting behind you for a lot of the game yesterday on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers radio network.
Is your business and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan. Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you. Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt. At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association. Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because every dollar and every moment counts. Because value you can count on is priceless. On sale this season at Giant Eagle, you'll find lower prices to the end of the year on favorites like Honeycrisp apples, Oreo cookies, eggs, and more. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Limited time only through 12/31/25. Prices of participation may vary.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Panthers. I feel like I'm 13.
Sound like my son.
Yeah.
Who is 13.
Right. Home to Louisville Saturday at 8 o'clock as I try to draw from within. As you're watching the game last night, you couldn't help but notice that the national broadcast crew was right behind you. And I'm looking at you as they're ISOing you, and there's Boeheim. Like at any point did you turn and it's like, that's Jim Boeheim.
Yeah, I did. So when we were at shoot around earlier that day, the crew was there, but Coach Boeheim wasn't there. And Dan Bonner, who I've known, Dan Bonner covered me when I played.
Wow.
And Dan was telling me that they didn't think he was coming because he was sick. He had kidney stones.
Mm.
And then when I went to talk to Dan after shoot around, he said, Coach Boeheim is there. He's in Atlanta. And so we didn't know what was going to happen. And after the first time out, I was walking back up I keep my water and stuff right there, and I was walking up there, and out of my peripheral, I saw someone put his fist out to do a fist bump. And During a game, I have no idea what's going on except the game. I really don't. Like, I've heard people tell me here, like, you know, we have a DJ at times. I've heard my assistants tell me, like, I hit him sometimes. Like, I really don't know what's going on. And I turned and I did a double take because I didn't put my fist back out, and I turned and it was him. And so I shook his hand, you know, asked him how he's doing, how's he feeling. I love Coach Boeheim. I got to spend a lot of time with him with USA Basketball in 2014 with the World Cup and in 2016 with the Olympics. I love him. I think he was one of the best coaches. He's one of the smartest people. He's one of the smartest basketball minds this game has ever seen. And he loves the game. Like, he really, really loves the game. I love his quirkiness. I love him. So it was great to see him.
I love him a lot more now than I did then. Brandon Cummings, he's kind of settled into this, and I don't know if it's a six-man role, if that's just where he is now. Like, how do you determine who is a sixth man on your team?
You know, that's a great question. You know, the two teams we've had when we were really good, we had the ACC Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, early, when we were fully healthy, we were really good, we were a top 20 team, I thought we were going to have the ACC Sixth Man of the Year again. I thought that was going to be Zach Austin. That's the role that he was filling for us and was doing an outstanding job. Obviously, when Damian got hurt, Zach became the starter, and then we didn't really have much quality depth after that. I'm not saying that Brandon is a sixth man for the rest of the year. One of the things, look, we've struggled this year. And in looking at numbers, when we've been small, like, we're small anyway. Once DJ went out, we knew we were going to be a smaller team. When we put this team together, our vision for it was to be bigger and to play Cam and Deshaun together a lot. And we would be big, we would be physical, we would be athletic, and we would be old in the front court. And then after that, just to kind of see where the pieces fell, but we knew we had good players all around. Once we knew we weren't going to have DJ for this season, we knew that the size was going to be an issue. And then when Papa went out, it was going to be a bigger issue. And so we've tried to be a little bit bigger as much as we can in the backcourt to try to help us with our lack of size in the front court. You know, we've gone through, you know, this season, we have not had one game where all of our guards have played well together. Yesterday, you had Brandon, you had Noyes, and you had DeMarco, but Amari was just okay. You've had games where maybe Brandon has played well. You've had games where just Amari has played well. And so really that fifth spot, for me at least, has been like this, like, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know who I don't know who to start. It's really like which one of those guys is going to play well. And Brandon has had some of his better games in his career off the bench. Now, I do think it's something to be said where you can have some pop, some energy coming off the bench. Sabande gave that to us. Ish gave that to us. You know, Zach was giving that to us. That's not saying, because I look at Brandon as a starter. If you look at it, he plays minutes, starter minutes. If you look at the minutes that he plays during the season, I appreciate the fact, and I'm grateful for the fact that he hasn't pouted, at least outwardly. Now, maybe privately, maybe to friends, maybe to his family, maybe, but at least he hasn't pouted outwardly. And he's performed well the last two games. We need him to be good. We believe in him. I believe in him. But I think I said this after one of our recent games. Look, you got to play well. Like, this isn't, I just went and watched my son's middle school game. You know, he's in seventh grade, and it's 7th and 8th grade game, and everybody plays. It ain't like that at this level, man. Like, you have to play well. Like, Noyes played well yesterday, so he played more. And if you are playing well, then you're probably going to play more. In the last two games, Brandon's played really well.
I've heard a coach say this: don't worry whether you start a game, worry whether you've earned the right to be one of the last five on the court. Is that kind of how you approach it?
It's how I approach it. But, these young people have a lot of people in their ear too. And, it's amazing to me how important sometimes it is for a young man to start, to hear his name and maybe to do a handshake with a guy and, just what that means. I heard a quote from a kid. I have no idea who this kid is, but he's a guy that plays at Missouri. I'm assuming he's a good player, but they asked him after a recent game, I think it's after they beat Kentucky, they asked him, I'm pretty sure you'd like to start. So I assume, I don't know if he's a sixth man, seventh man. I have no idea. But he said, yeah, I would like to start, but I'll play whatever role this team needs. My role is to be a dog. And I can do that whether I'm starting or coming off the bench. I'm happy and things like that. As a coach, that's what you want. When Ish was starting most of the year that year, and he got hurt, we went to Louisville. We started Jalen Lowe, who had been struggling and not playing as much, and we were struggling. That was our first conference win that year. And Jalen and Bub played well together. And for me, what I saw was it took pressure off of Bub to be the primary ball handler. And so I made a difficult decision after that, because it's normally not fair if a kid gets hurt and he's one of your better players, which Ish was, that normally when he comes back and he's healthy, you put him back in the lineup. I made that decision to kind of stay with Jalen and Bub because I thought Ish was mature enough to handle that. And you know what? I'm not going to say that he was completely happy. He called me. It was after the next game when he came back. We played Duke. He came off the bench. I think Ish may have played 16 minutes. He called me that night, I think, and just was like, look, I just want to talk to you. What's my role? This is different. And I just said, this is what we need from you or whatever. And from that point on, he was terrific. And he was ACC Sixth Man of the Year. That team was really, really good. I thought we should have been a tournament team that year. But if you can have guys that have the maturity level to understand what you're saying, if I play well, look, I'm going to be in there at the end of the game. I'm going to be in there in big moments. And, we need Brandon to be one of those guys, whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench or whatever it is. We need all these guys when they get into the game to play really well for us.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to one of the starters, center Cam Corhan. It joins us next. It is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with LawShore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
At UPMC, we believe care goes beyond our walls and into our communities. That's why we support organizations and individuals who help people prosper by giving them skills and training for employment, including right here at UPMC. Because life-changing is providing people a chance to grow. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions. listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours, building homes, businesses, and communities together, bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Welcome back to the GBU Life Campus View Club here at the University of Pittsburgh. That's about as smooth as I've gotten through this so far. Jeff Hathorn with Cam Corhen. Thanks for taking time. I appreciate it.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
So many contributed last night. Did you feel like I was as good a team game as you guys have played this year?
For sure. I feel like everybody got going. How many people were in double digits? Do you know?
I think there were 4.
5. He's saying
5.
Yeah, so
all
5
right, there
people
you
in
go.
double digits.
Jason's the man. He knows.
The ball just had energy. The ball was moving. Everybody got a piece. So, yeah, it was probably the best team game we played.
Yeah, when that ball has energy, does everybody kind of feel it when that happens?
Yeah, I feel like it just gives the team more energy. And it really shouldn't be like this, but everybody wants the ball. Everybody wants to touch the ball. So we got more steals. We were better on defense. And I think it's just because the ball moved more.
And when guys are scoring, do you see more extra passes too?
For sure, yeah. For sure.
I want to add, we talked to Roman last week, and he was saying that he doesn't have a second speed. Like at practice, he's going for. What's it been like to practice against Roman?
Man, it's great. He gives you energy every day. Like if you come into practice and you're not ready to go, he's going to get 10 straight points on you. It's not even close. So, no, it's great going against him. I love him.
Does he ever talk so fast you're like, dude, what are you saying?
He hasn't really had those moments with us.
No?
But that's not
Have you picked up a word from him that you've used? Like dropped a mate or something like that?
More so Henry with the Australian accents and stuff.
More so Henry than Roman. Most thought Kieran was going to redshirt. Jeff was talking about it in the opening segment about the 9 minutes that he gave in that game. How have you seen him improve just in the time you've known him?
Man, he's improved so much, even just from the start of the season and now. Like he comes into practice every day, ready to go, and you can see each game he's just getting better and better and more comfortable, like you said. So that just shows how much work he puts in.
Do you see yourself in him? Like, do you flash back to your first days on a college campus?
Yeah, for sure. You're a freshman. You feel like every mistake the world's gonna end. So it's just trying to keep him positive. Like I know how it was.
Do you feel a responsibility to work with him?
100%. Not just because he's a big, but just like I said, as a freshman, I know how it was, and I see a lot of myself in him. So yeah.
What? How did Deshaun Jackson's medical situation kind of impact you?
It impacted me just, I feel like, in the role I had to play. Like Coach said, we're going to play together, be bigger, but that's really it, just the role I play. Obviously, we had a relationship, so that affected me, but basketball-wise, really just that.
Was there any sense of like, man, this thing could be taken away? Like, I'm lucky to be able to do what I do.
Yeah, for sure. And just to see, like, what happened with him, you see how precious everything is. Like, one day you're playing with the team, the next day you can't really touch the ball, you can't do much. So, yeah, just shows you that.
How tough was it to lose Papa with what he means?
Man, that was tough. And that one was more on an emotional level just because of what he means to this team. Like, Pop's a real emotional dude, but he keeps us all together. And I built a relationship with Pop over the first year I was here. So, yeah, that one definitely hurt me.
What's his support mean to you?
It means a lot. Even though he's not playing now, a lot of dudes would be pouting, a lot of dudes would be upset, but he's the loudest dude on the bench, somewhat loud at practice, but yeah, he's just still great energy.
I mean, he's the first guy when something happens, they pan over to the bench. There's Papa.
100%, yeah.
Like he's up, he's ready, he's going. Mm-hmm. Does he still bring that energy, or can he, even when he doesn't play, like even in a practice setting?
Yeah, for sure. That's just who Pop is. Like, he's not going to pout or show his emotion in front of the team. Like, he's probably fighting his own emotional battles. I mean, he's been injured a big chunk of his college career. So, yeah, he's definitely dealing with his own stuff, but he doesn't let it affect us or show with us.
Can you enjoy practice? Do you enjoy practice?
Yeah, We're playing basketball, a game you love. You got to enjoy every part of it. Yeah.
Is there a drill that you really like?
Everything live we do, like scrimmaging, everything about that.
All right, I want to ask you about your direct assistant coach, about Tim O'Toole. I also want to ask you a little bit about life in Texas and what it's meant to you to come here to Pitt as we continue with Cam Corhen here on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood, in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
We believe healthcare should treat the whole person and the whole community. At UPMC, we aim to do just that by partnering with organizations that help bring fresh and healthy food to the people who need it most. Because life-changing is caring for you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with Lawshore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Joined by Cam Corhen, 13.2 points, 7.9 rebounds, 31 assists, 17 steals, 54% field goal, 7 threes, 33.9 minutes. What's the best stat?
I like the fact that I got my rebounder numbers up, especially as a big. That's important. So that one means the most to me.
How tough is it to play 34 minutes a game?
It's definitely tough just because I'm banging with somebody every possession. Like guards can go possessions and not really touch anybody but me. I'm having to touch people, be physical. That just exerts energy. So it's definitely tough.
Have you always been the tallest guy in your class?
Yeah, pretty much.
You ever have a day where it'd be like, man, it'd be cool to be 5'10" and just kind of like hang out and no one knows?
Since I play basketball, I like being tall, but if I was an everyday dude, I would definitely have thoughts like that.
You grew up in Allen, Texas, which is by Dallas. We were just talking. Were you a fan of any of the pro sports down there? Mavericks, Cowboys, Stars, anybody?
I like the Mavericks growing up. I like watching Dirk, those dudes, but then they beat LeBron and I couldn't cheer for him anymore. So
oh wow,
LeBron
you're a
fan,
LeBron
for sure.
So you couldn't even
enjoy it.
So now can you enjoy Luka because he's with LeBron?
I can definitely enjoy Luka. Yeah, for sure.
Do you watch Luka and you're like, man, that's like more shots than I put up in a month?
Yeah, he's an interesting player to watch. But as a basketball fan, you can enjoy it.
You went away your last year to Sunrise Academy in Kansas. How did that prepare you for where you are now, having that year away?
Man, that year was great. It taught me how to live on my own. Obviously, I was just with a group of high school dudes. Had to learn how to do laundry. Had to learn how to cook. So I felt like it definitely prepared me for college. I don't think stepping into my freshman year I'd have been prepared if I didn't go there.
Are you better at laundry or cooking?
Laundry, just because it's not as, you don't have to follow as many directions. And
I don't know. You screw one thing up in laundry, then you
have to restart.
Yeah, then it could be really messy. Your dad played at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about his career?
I know he made a Final Four. He jokes about that all the time. I gotta make it to the tournament and get there like him. But yeah, he definitely played in the Final Four. He played with Dominique Wilkins, I want to say for 2 years maybe.
Damn.
And yeah.
Did you ever watch highlights of Dominique Wilkins?
Wild. I think they call him like the human highlight reel or something crazy. Like, yeah.
Dude was like, he was legit. Like back in the day when they had when they used to have slam dunk contests with all the stars.
Right.
Like Dominique was. Yeah, that's cool. How old were you when you first dunked?
I was a late bloomer. I want to say maybe 14. I was probably 6'6", so yeah, I was a real late bloomer.
14.
It was bad.
Yeah, I can't say I feel for you there. It took me a long time to figure that one out. If you could visit any of your teammates' hometowns, which one would you want to visit?
I want to go to Lithuania. I just want to see what the culture is like.
All right.
So yeah, definitely Noyce's hometown.
If you could bring one thing from your home, whether it be food or clothing or whatever, what would you want to share with the guys?
Some Texas barbecue, for sure. Pittsburgh barbecue is good, don't get me wrong, but
Good
Texas
cover.
is just different. Yeah, they have to try it, for sure.
What's different about it? Is it spice?
Just smokiness, like it just has a different feel to it.
Dude, you should see the smile on his face. I wish you could see it through the radio right now. Coach sets up a 2-on-2 tournament. Who's your partner?
Bieber. Yeah, just give him the whole side of the court. He'll win it for you, yeah.
If you could play another sport for a season, what would it be?
That's a great question. That's a tough one. I would say football. Yeah, definitely football.
Because he's right over here, what's it like being coached by Tim O'Toole?
Man, energy every day. It doesn't matter if it's 6 a.m. conditioning. It doesn't matter what it is. He's definitely going to bring energy. And he's the same dude through it all, through wins, losses, ups, downs. He's the same dude. So, yeah.
You could pick one song to hear before a game. What would it be?
Ooh. I like to listen to like nothing crazy, so I'll go Drake or something kind of calm. Just mellows everything out.
All right.
Yeah.
Drake, it gets you ready for battle, right?
Somewhat.
You've worn number 11, number 3, and number 2. Any significance to number 2?
Not really. I wanted 3 when I got here, and B would beat me in 1-on-1. Took my jersey number.
Are you serious? That's how it came down?
Yeah.
And now you still want him as your teammate?
Yeah. We played in the back gym. As soon as I got here, he beat me. He was so fast. It was just...
I thought maybe you'd say like SGA. I
wish I had a story like that, yeah.
You know who Moses Malone is?
Yeah.
Like he was more number 2.
Okay.
Like he could do some work down low. What did reaching 1,000 points mean to you?
It meant a lot. Just all the hard work I put in college. It's been a lot of ups and downs, emotional roller coaster. So it definitely meant a lot.
Last one. How has coming to Pitt impacted your life?
It impacted me in a lot of ways. I built a relationship with my team for probably the first time since I've been in college. I still talk to the dudes from last year, and I just feel like these are my brothers. The coaches, I feel like I got a support staff for life. I can ask them for anything, and I just never felt like I really had that before.
Cam, thank you.
Appreciate
it. Cam Corhan, when we come back, Mr. Energy, Tim O'Toole is going to join us here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Hey Pitt fans, at LB Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt. Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Joined by Associate Head Coach Tim O'Toole. You do bring energy. You pride yourself on your energy. Where does your energy come from?
I don't think we do that much, no. It's funny. My mother used to say I had too much sugar when I was a little kid. But it's interesting, you reflect upon a lot of things. And one of the things, especially being in this profession, I started this thing in 1987, 88. And I think basketball, and I'm sure Jeff was the same, Coach Capel and his dad being a coach, my dad brought you to every gym, that even when you were, tiny, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, going from gym to gym to gym, there was something magical about that ball and the energy that it created and the dreams and the hopes and the aspirations. And I say this because you just heard Cam last night, one of our players, Eric Hamilton, was in Atlanta, and I know he talked to the coach and he talked with Jason and all of us, Milan and the rest of the staff. And one of the things that Eric Hamilton mentioned in the locker room, which was great, and he was talking with Kate first, but he wanted to thank all of us, the staff, and this is what Coach has created. He said, I'm having success in my life now because you guys always believed in me. And as Coach said, and then Cam was just alluding to, when you're a freshman, you get down and you don't know if people believe in you. But he was so gracious about that. And the Pitt family, because he went to other schools and This was the last one. And it kind of made you feel great. But getting back to that energy that you talked about, you see that, the good in these kids and what they can do. And that's kind of why we do what we do. But that helps fuel that fire. And every year there's a new year and there's new kids and
you see guys like Cam, that's the Rock of the Gibraltar. And as you mentioned, one of the coolest things with Cam was how he has helped Kieran. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have happened, but he's gone out of his way to kind of be that leader type guy, and it's helped Kieran's development a great deal, and that's just something innate in Cam. But anyway, it's a great thing, and we're very appreciative, but I do think that energy's always been there.
Let's jump to Kieran for a second. I mean, you're coming in, you're probably thinking you're going to redshirt. I know that was a plan. I don't know how much that affects his mindset, but then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you're up. How has he handled all of this?
Well, it's interesting. Kieran, as you mentioned, when we first showed the tape to coach and we were looking at him and talking about him and seeing what he did and how he could fit in, it was a natural, he would be good in this, he's going to need some seasoning. And but in the back of Kieran's mind, he was hoping to play. He was hoping to show that I am good enough. I am going to, I'm ready to do this thing. And so when everything kind of landed the way it did, he was already hoping that might happen, and he did work his tail off. He is super skilled, and he does have a lot to learn, but we all do. And but his attitude's been great, and we just kind of need to keep prodding him along here.
I'm amazed at how well you've brushed up on your Canadian.
Yeah, we've worked on that. We're still
and your Australian has been good too.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad you had taken note of that.
It's been really
Perfect.
good. What has it been like coaching Roman, a guy who's like dude? In rugby, I could just run somebody over when I'm ticked off.
Yeah, I like that. They just go plow into cats, and especially with Louisville, don't hesitate to do that to them. But as Coach mentioned, you got to pull it back every now. He has been great, and I do think I'm interested in what Coach's thoughts are. Is that he played with the Swiss he played in Switzerland with his national team over the summer, and I do think he's caught up to the timing of the American game. And because he wasn't here in the summer, he didn't get acclimated like the rest of the guys do. And it's taken him a little bit longer just to get used to that speed. But he had a rebound last night in the first half where, and I was talking with Kyle Splicki this morning, was that he was at the rim or higher. And you don't see too many guys go up and snatch that. As Cam mentioned, you're always getting hit, you're bumped, and so your balance is off. But he was up so high. His athleticism is kind of really coming into focus now. The Penn State game when he had 20, he is doing great things, and you're happy for him because even last night he had so many hustle plays, steals that led to transition, fast breaks. That this is what he brings to the table, and it's very, very impressive.
There was now a former coach who used to use the phrase, "I'd rather say woe than sick 'em." Is that kind of fit with Roman?
I'm going to let Coach handle that. Yes, kind of, because again, as Coach mentioned last night, he's so aggressive, and then at the beginning of the second half, he picked up that third foul, which if you're older, you realize, hey, maybe you don't go for that, but he doesn't know that, so he's going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, when we come back, because I know you wouldn't talk about this, so I'm going to mention this right now. Voted as one of the most impactful assistant coaches in all of college basketball. This guy right here, Tim O'Toole. We'll ask him the question of what makes a good coach as we continue on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius! Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because every dollar and every moment counts. Because value you can count on is priceless. On sale this season at Giant Eagle, you'll find lower prices to the end of the year on favorites like Honeycrisp apples, Oreo cookies, eggs, and more. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Limited time only through 12/31/25. Prices and participation may vary.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association. Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. As savings accounts started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Joined by Associate Head Coach Tim O'Toole and the loaded question of what makes a good coach?
I'm glad you prepped me because I gave it a lot of time. Love. The word love. And I'm thinking about Coach, I'm thinking of his dad, I'm thinking of our families, the people that we worked for. There's got to be a love affair. And you love the sport, you love the people that attend, you love the players, you love their work ethic, their lack of it. You're trying to change that. There is a passion to this thing. And I heard the Coach Signetti's dad told his son, if you're going to go into this coaching world, he goes, you got to know you can't live without it in order to go into it. And I thought, that's true. Like, you have to love this thing and know that if you can't do it, then you feel like you're completely lost. And so I do think love is the word.
How do you display love to your players?
Oh, they know it. They know whether it's the compassion, whether it's showing up every day, whether it's how you handle highs and lows, academics, athletics, family problems, the on and off the court issues. No, they're going to know where you're coming from.
They know tough love.
They know all of it. That's right. Tough love. This isn't easy. Again, it's a performance-based industry. You've got to be honest. And one thing Coach Cape talks about all the time, he has to be honest with all these guys. They got to be able to accept it in that moment of time, because we all want the same thing. We want everybody to get better. But at that point in time, you need to be able to hear the real truth, and that's usually coming from, and it's got to come from a good place, because that's how it's easier received, in my opinion.
Winning is the ultimate, but for you, what is the best feeling as a coach? Like, is it winning?
Winning. There's no question. It's winning. 100%. It's like
all right. So way down from winning, what would be number two?
Well, I think you're always aware of the process and what it requires, and you know how hard this thing is. And when you see these guys put in everything they've got, and you've put in the brain power, you're trying to figure out how to organize all the effort in front of you. But at the end of the day, you got to win. And so it all kind of comes into play, but there's no better feeling. We were just talking with Coach Cape over there, and it's like, there's such a difference between winning and losing. And but you want all the guys that you work with to experience what that taste of winning means, because they'll take it with them for the rest of their lives.
There have been some new pieces in and out, but it's basically been 4 of you for 8 years. Yeah. How much do you in 30 seconds here, how much do you guys read each other's thoughts, and what advantage is that for you guys?
Well, I think the great thing is that not only do we, I just know I respect those guys who I'm with, all of them, but especially Jeff, Milan, Jason, and Reegs. I respect the living heck out of them, but I trust them. And one of the things you hope they feel that way about you, because then you can really function. And because of that respect level, you're trying to figure out how can I be the best guy to help Jeff and what he's doing, and Milan and Jason if I can. And then Reegs is always, he's the glue guy that's pulling it all together. But just being, in our little profession, you're usually 1, 2, 3 years max. We're going into 8. I've only been in 3 places 8 years. My grammar school, Our Lady of Sorrows, from 1st to 8th. Fairfield as a head coach, I was there for 8 years. And here at University of Pittsburgh, and it's rare because I've worked at 10 schools, and you're usually sticking and moving. But to be part of that group and a solidified group, it's been a blessing because you do love them, you do trust them, and you really respect the heck out of them.
All right, we're going to take a look at Louisville next on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics.
GBU Life helps you make 2026 your year. Whether it's boosting your well-being with the Optimity Wellness app, pursuing education through scholarships and grants, tackling important tasks like your will with LawShore, or giving back to your community through matching programs. Discover how GBU Life can help you, or if you're already a member, unlock these benefits at gbu.org/new year. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Third-party services mentioned in this ad are available at no additional cost for eligible members. GBU Life is not affiliated with these third parties.
Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because every dollar and every moment counts. Because value you can count on is priceless. On sale this season at Giant Eagle, you'll find lower prices to the end of the year on favorites like Honeycrisp apples, Oreo cookies, eggs, and more. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Limited time only through 12/31/25. Prices and participation may vary.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Need a slam dunk snack for game day? Pitt Panther Paws are here to deliver, bringing hometown flavor with every bite. Buttery caramel, chopped pecans, a mini pretzel, and smooth milk chocolate come together for the perfect balance of sweet and salty, just like a buzzer-beating victory. From tip-off to final whistle, keep your crowd cheering with a snack made for champions. Available now at a Sarah's Candies retailer near you.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
All right, Jeff, quick look at Louisville here Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, great opportunity for us. Top 25 team. They've not played as well. I think they're 1-3 in the league, or 2-3, I should say, in the league. But they're very talented, can really shoot the basketball, really good offensively. And so it'll be a great challenge for us, but we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it's another big matchup in the ACC. You can't turn your head without hitting
Absolutely,
one of those.
No question.
Our thanks to Cam Corhen, to Tim O'Toole, to Jason for setting everything up, to T-Bird and Joel, and for Jeff. Pre-game starts with Bill Hillgrove and Curtis Aiken at 7:30. Tip-off at 8 on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast was presented by ZipRecruiter. Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! Whoa, these VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That fun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC, and we're coming out swinging with UFC 324.
Oh, what a shot!
And 325. Boom! On back-to-back weekends, the new era is here.
It's time!
Every fight.
Bam! Let's go!
One subscription.
Oh my goodness!
Pay-per-view just got knocked out.
Let's go!
Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events this month, only on Paramount Plus.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. But prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active,